Well, coming up, everything you need to know before buying a car. We'll give you the 5 top tips, courtesy CarCostCanada. When CTV Morning Live continues. Welcome back to CTV Morning Live. Well, purchasing a car is one of the most exciting and rewarding moments you can experience, but it can also be one of the most daunting. Terms may seem unfamiliar and details at times can be overwhelming. Well, not to worry, because we've invited Ben Spatafora, a National Director for CarCostCanada, to give us a handful of practical tips you can use when you're buying a car. Well, welcome, Ben. Thank you for joining us this morning. And I told you earlier on this week, I spoke with Alexandria Straub about how women had difficulties buying a new car, dealing with dealerships and stuff. But the takeaway, top tip was research. You have to know your information, and that's what you say as well.
That's right. Being informed, you're able to make a great decision. And research is 2 particular points. The first point, of course, is to be informed from a product knowledge point of view. Manufacturers have great websites where you can take a look at all their products. But when it comes to the financial portion of things, you should use a third-party site such as CarCostCanada.
Okay.
So that it has, on that price report that we provide for you, it has an MSRP, but it also has the invoice price, what the dealer paid the manufacturer. We have incentives available on our price reports, whether they're advertised or not, as well as leasing and finance rates, and many times also a dealer referral. So once you're informed that way, you can make a great decision.
That's excellent. And we have everything at our fingertips right now, so it's not that hard to get that information. Is that correct?
That's correct. It's all online, 24/7 with our on our website. You get a membership profile where you can access it anytime.
Perfect. And you mentioned dealerships, and this is interesting because a lot of people are stressed out going into dealerships, but it's not just about buying in a dealership. Geography plays a role as well.
True. So, of course, we recommend that you patronize your existing dealer or a dealer that's in your neighborhood. However, sometimes it's not a bad idea to check at a dealership's a little bit further away so that you can compare the pricing for both dealerships. Oh,
that's interesting, because smaller dealerships only have one option for you. If you liked that car, they only have one, whereas bigger dealerships, you have, more of a variety, right?
True. So the difference between bigger dealerships and smaller dealerships can be choice. That's first thing. But also the bigger dealerships may have volume-oriented promotions that are available to you, and they may want to sell more cars at a less of a profit rather than less cars at more of a profit.
Very interesting. All right, when you're in a dealership and you're haggling for the price, the salespeople can be aggressive. So what do you think about add-ons? Do you purchase them? Do you do the warranties? What's your tip?
Sure. So many times those add-ons can be a little bit expensive at the dealership. So don't be afraid if you want to buy that accessory. Don't be afraid to ask for a 10 or 15% discount. There is that margin available.
Oh.
And if the accessory is unique to the dealership, then of course you can only buy it there. But again, being informed, if that available accessory is available outside of the dealership, you want to compare in price. As far as extended warranties is concerned, it's just like insurance. So in other words, sometimes it makes good sense for you, but cars are made very, very well these days, and if you don't do a lot of driving, you may not necessarily need it.
But what about the add-ons like undercoating or Scotch Guard or all the other things they say, well, you need it for your car?
Well, that's true that you may need it if you're going to be keeping the car for a long time. However, those type of things you always want to research outside of the dealership just to compare to see whether or not that premium is extraordinary or whether it's in line.
All right. So research, and it never hurts to compare with other places. That's great. And you're adamant about test driving, of course.
Absolutely. We're all different sizes and shapes. Some are tall, some are shorter. We all have different senses, and we all expect perhaps different things from our car as well. So it may not fit in your driveway, that sort of thing.
Right.
So it's very important. Even getting in and out of the car can be contentious at sometimes. So. And
garages sometimes as well. They're not built all the same.
No, they're not built. When I grew up, you could put not only 2 cars, but probably your lawnmower and a variety of other things. Yes, absolutely.
All right, so that's always good advice. So what about if I want to trade in my car while I'm buying a new car? Is that a good idea to do with a dealer?
Yes, it can be a very good idea. No doubt that the dealer has a profit motive, so he wants to buy your car for less money than resell it. but there can be tax advantages. So when you trade the vehicle in, whatever that amount of trade-in value is, it will be sheltered from tax on the new vehicle.
Oh, that's good.
As well as there's less of a hassle in trading that vehicle in. Again, be informed, have a sense of value for it, and if that vehicle also is in tip-top shape, doesn't matter whether it's 10 years old or 3 years old, if you have pride of ownership and you're able to communicate and deal with the salesperson on a level playing ground, you'll get a great value for it.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for all these wonderful tips. And the Vancouver International Auto Show is here, so a lot of people are very excited to buy new cars. So thank you for those tips, Ben, and joining us this morning. And remember, you can find more information about CarCostCanada and Ben Spatafora on our webpage, ctvmorninglive.ca. And coming up, we're in the kitchen cooking with Canada's homegrown superfood, barley. Stay with us.